a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
They're going option play on 3rd down.
A quick toss out right. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They'll try and run the option.
It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Is a turnover on downs.
Carry for Kenyon Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
From the 10, 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. McKenzie. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And no return on this one is a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And here comes Westbrook.
Left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. That punt return 66 yards, and it goes the distance. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown.
His kick.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Jets 10, Vikings nothing.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 2nd down, Michel. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time.
On 4th down, here's the option.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45.
He was taken down by...
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Jets' 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Michel. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Vikings on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the...
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, they run with Michel. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now. That's taken in by Higgins. And now the ball's out far near midfield. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the ground is Michel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and now it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Off the play fake. McKenzie looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the gun on third down, McKenzie. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Operating from the gun. McKenzie letting one go. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. McKenzie. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Antoine Winfield.
Off the play fake. McKenzie toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, McKenzie. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And give credit went to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Newton throwing again. As he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think? Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there. Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your...
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw on second down, McKenzie. His throw incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
It's now 4th down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
T. Higgins was the intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Pass set to kick off.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, McKenzie. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
In punt formation.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Sony Michel, 78 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. The final pick in this year's first round, this is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks him, and they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They begin with Michel on the ground, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Tackled there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
He was taken down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, it's Newton. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams.
Newton's pass.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and
on 2nd down now. Michel. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
only a yard.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's taken down inside the 30. Big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal. Too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just give them good field position anyway. Let's go for it. Plus, they were moving the ball. They had confidence that they could pick up this last bit of real estate.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again to Michel on the screen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Following the penalty, Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in, Michel. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And it's Michel once again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Look to throw on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Dissly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown, and here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. To have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make the play on the football.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
First down.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
With the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Gronk, so tough to cover. Sometimes a flag's going to come out.
His size and his ability create a lot of these pass interference calls. If you're trying to go through him to get to the ball, that's almost impossible, and he benefits on the play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Newton. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, Michel, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of the face mask, I think. To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Now a run with Edwards. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line.
Back to throw. sliding out of the pocket. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Gus Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is right through.
They'll tie the game, 28-all.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Intercepted.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Now Michel. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 34-yard line.
Again, it's Michel. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler, Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.